Anthony,
Hangout is on air.
We're live.
And public and publish. Let's make sure this actually works. The beginning of these is always like, is it working? Is it not? We're not sure. So let's just make sure it actually is. It's not on my channel yet, but if you guys can see it, let me know.
I'm monitoring it here on the side.
Okay, perfect. Oh, we're good. I think we're good.
Nice.
Let me just open this up so I can see the chat window. Hello, everyone. If you are tuning in, we appreciate it. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Just going to pause that so we don't have to hear both. There we go.
Well, I just cut the audio on the live stream.
I cut that out so we don't have to get double up sound. All right, I'm so happy to have you both here. So we are starting just a teeny tiny bit late. So I hope people know that we're still going. If you are tuning in, let us know where you're tuning in from and what you're hoping to learn today. And I'm so happy. Obviously, I'm Sunny Lenarduzzi. You guys might know me because this is my channel, but if you don't, hi and welcome. I'm so happy to be here with one of my head coaches for my programs, Anthony, and he is incredible. And the reason I wanted Anthony here is because he really is such a YouTube genius, and he is working with our clients behind the scenes to make sure that they get the best results. And I'm so grateful for his knowledge and his guidance. And I know Mike is too. So yes. Mike is also here, and Mike is from an amazing channel, which when I talked about your channel on my social media platforms to promote this live stream, so many people were like, I know that guy. I know that channel. Nice. I subscribe to that channel, or I'm a customer of that channel. We actually had a few people tell us that as well. So Stone Coat Countertops on YouTube. The link is in the description to check out and subscribe to Mike's channel. He's done an amazing job growing not only his channel, but his business with YouTube. And Mike hired us over 3 months ago now. I forget actually when you actually started, but less than 6 months ago, you hired us. And we are just so proud of your growth and results. So we wanted to invite you on my channel to talk about some of the big takeaways and some of the tactical things that have happened to have you have such amazing growth over the last couple months. So I know there's quite a few people here now. Ryan's here from Utah. So I don't know if you know Ryan, Anthony, but you're both in Utah. Diana from Montreal, Catherine from Honduras, Newfoundland, Canada. Hello, fellow Canadian. So excited. I just started my channel and discovered your channel. Thank you for sharing your tips with us. Thank you guys so much for being here. So there's gonna be lots of actionable tips today. I wanted to kind of preface this by giving you guys some background of what has happened with Mike's channel over the last couple of months. But before I do that, Mike, do you want to just tell the audience what your channel is all about?
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. First, I want to say thanks so much to you and your team. Anthony has been amazing. We've become fast friends. Obviously, we're twins. You could tell right now. But I thank you guys so much. And our business and our channel has been crucial to our business growth. We're about teaching do-it-yourselfers, contractors, designers, artists, woodworkers, these type of folks, how to use our products to create businesses or save thousands of dollars in their remodeling projects.
I love it. And you really are having such a big impact. I mean, like I said, so many people knew of your channel when I mentioned it, which is awesome. And we love hearing that. And so many people are becoming customers of yours through YouTube, which is obviously the end goal of what we do. And if you're unfamiliar with our programs and the things that we do with our clients, our goal really is to build your brand and build your business. And so we're not just about becoming viral sensations or just becoming influencers and focusing on brand sponsorships. Those are the cherry on top. What we do with our clients is we work with our clients to make sure that you're actually generating qualified leads and you're actually generating sales organically from your traffic on YouTube. So we're going to dive into some of the results that Mike was able to get through his channel. But before we do that, I want to talk to Anthony because I wanted Anthony to kind of break down some of the things that we implemented with Mike in the strategy to help him grow his channel and his business so fast. So Anthony?
Yeah, definitely. Honestly, Mike and his team, just amazing to work with. And the best thing about them is that they execute, they implement, they learn, they go to work, they go to town. Sometimes in our sessions, I would just mention something as a suggestion. Next thing I know, they went off and did it. And so then I had to be very careful of what I suggested. But yes, I like there was honestly, there was two things that really took Mike and his channel to the next level. And one of those is the way that we launch new YouTube channels, in the way that we launch a channel. And it's by doing like this, I sort of put it to like a movie premiere. And it seems that YouTube maybe got a glimpse of that and try to create a feature to sort of do that with the premieres. Don't do a premiere feature. That's still in, like buggy in beta on the YouTube side. Don't do it that way. The way that we do it is the way that it works. Yeah, so that was one of the big things is launching the channel as a big movie premiere and really utilizing Mike's email list and then sending it out to people and saying like, hey, we're about to go live for the first time on our channel, because he hadn't gone live for the longest time. What was that holdup, Mike?
I had many holdups, and only because I had a lot more faith in your guys' knowledge than our own is why I trusted you. And every time I trusted you, it proved to work very, very well. And plus, if you're going to invest in something, you better try it. That's why you execute. I wanted to execute to say, Anthony, it ain't working, but it did. So you have no excuse.
So yes, he put us to the test and he took on the challenge. Yes. And yeah, and just from that first live, just going live for the first time and then setting it up like it was a campaign where emails went out to say, hey, we're going to go live. We have a YouTube channel. We're going to talk about this topic that really was going to work for his audience, that they were going to see value in. And then just doing this whole campaign up to the launch of this live show that then became a show. It became a recurring series on their channel. And then just that first step, that initial step, I think Mike could probably share what happened from just that first launch of the live premiere of going live on his channel.
Yeah. Mike,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, Mike, do you want to share that result? I can share a few of the other ones, but go ahead.
I would love to. That whole result paid for our entire investment with you and your team. Actually paid more than what we even invested. And I think it was critical on how you taught us to gear up for that launch and to publicize it and to create eyeballs and attention around that event. And you also helped me get over the fear of going live and kind of how it's benefited other channels. You showed me examples and statistics and I'm a numbers guy. And what I was amazed by Anthony is he could reverse engineer my business, really not knowing anything about my business. Mm-hmm. You gave me massive unlocks where little information just showed your marketing ninja skills. It was we did very well because we had an offer. You taught us to have an offer to have somebody have a reason to go to my site and look or even buy something. And because of that, we sold more product during that live than what we paid for this program through you guys.
Awesome. And we're so happy to hear that. So some of the other results that Mike and his team saw was you guys started with us at around 70,000 subscribers. You're now at 160,000. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
I think through the course of the program in the 3 months, you guys went from 70 to 140,000. So you truly did double your subscribers. Yes. And more importantly than that, I mean, the business side of things just really grew for you, which is so exciting. Yes. You surpassed your biggest sales goal in the first month of working with us and implementing that launch strategy. You scaled your team in the last year from 2 to 22, which is so amazing. Like that's and you got a new office space to expand. And more than that too, you were featured on viral Facebook pages and blogs, and you've collaborated with other creators. I mean, a lot of really big wins came out of our time working with you.
Yes.
And if you guys didn't do the work, obviously you wouldn't have seen the results. So I think we always say that to our clients. It's like, we are here to guide you. We have a proven strategy and formula that will work for you. And I think it's interesting that you said that Anthony was able to reverse engineer your business, because we've worked with businesses of all different kinds. Yes. But the formula works if you do the work. And so you guys did an amazing job of doing the work. And that's really why I wanted to bring you on here today. Obviously, we have a lot of people watching today wanting to know, how do you actually build a business with YouTube? How do you actually grow your channel at warp speed like you've done? So I would love, Mike, if you could share your top 3 tactics that came out of working with us that made the biggest difference in growing your business and growing your channel.
Sure. Thank you. I will. The first one was you guys convinced us to have a Facebook group. And I didn't even understand the value of a Facebook group. I know the algorithm has made Facebook limited in what goes out organically. And the Facebook group is an organic unlock that really gave us a focus group. We were able to see who's buying our product, why they're buying our product, what they want to learn. It became a customer service department for free because you got all these people that love our product that it kind of become a family in this group. And now they're answering questions to brand new folks who are coming on there. So we're getting third-party reviews for free. We're getting pictures and all these new project ideas for free. We're getting, anytime we are thinking about launching something, we'll kind of put it out there. Hey, what do you guys think? And we get great feedback instantly. I can't tell you. So now we have almost 10,000 people in that group. It's utilized so well. I mean, there's massive engagement on every post that we do and that anybody else does. And it's just been my worry on that was you're going to have, people get on there and maybe bad mouth your business, or you're going to have a mistake show, but the mistakes are so good to show because everybody knows how to solve them because it's like open source, right? We all, and it's leveled up our business because of projects people are doing are so much further advanced because it's not just us teaching, it's 10,000 people. So
absolutely. I mean, that's a game changer. It's kind of like, and I think this is something, and I know Anthony can speak to this too before we dive into the rest of the tactics, is that part of the reason my channel grew so fast in the beginning is because I really leveraged my built-in audience. And I talk about this a lot, but it's like a lot of people, creators, entrepreneurs on YouTube just wait for YouTube to do the work for them and push them out into the algorithm or push them out and suggest it. And it just doesn't really work that way all the time. And it also doesn't work that way, especially if you're a brand new channel. So there are so many strategies to work around that and to really take it back and take the ownership and take the power back and make sure that you do have an audience built in. And a Facebook group is an incredible way to do that. And I know that that was something that Anthony advised you on. So Anthony, do you want to dive into how the people watching could leverage that for their businesses?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, the big thing about it, the Facebook group, is that yes, you get to build your tribe, your community, and you get to have them right there. And then it becomes this platform where you get to distribute all your new content from your website and especially your YouTube channel, because the organic reach still exists on the Facebook group. And then again, the interaction and engagement that happens, like you get to have a really locked in focus group for your audience and customers if you're selling a product or service. And so when you're setting up this Facebook group, you want to set it up to be something that's niched down for your industry. If you're not a brand, right? If you don't have a brand that, or people are like where you have customers that know you and you have a big enough audience there, then you don't want to set it up as like an insider group just yet. But let's say you don't have that brand recognition yet, set it up for the niche in your industry. So let's say with Mike, if Stone Coat Countertops wasn't the brand that it is, then he would sort of put something about, countertops, right? Like an epoxy or sort of target it towards, DIY creators or woodworking and those types of things that he talks about on his channel and that he is an expert in.
Totally.
So then when you set it up around that industry niche or that specific topic, then the content they're putting in there is that you want to provide value, and some of that value you're already creating on YouTube. So again, it's sharing some of that content from your YouTube channel, teasing that content from your YouTube channel, and then almost setting like a content calendar for the Facebook group where you say on Mondays, Motivation Mondays, that's usually a very common one, right? Or like a Q&A Tuesday. And so like each day of the week, you set up like a theme that then the audience or the groups or the fans in the group can then engage with and interact, and then they sort of get accustomed to what's coming up, and then the engagement just sort of flows from there. And I would also recommend always setting up some rules in your group.
Yes.
Because if not, you're just gonna have everyone spamming and saying like, "Watch my stuff" or "Look at me."
Right.
Yeah, set some house rules. Don't make them too complicated. Make it very simple, easy to follow, and then just go from there, and you'll see some great results right away.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a valuable piece of information, and a big part of our strategy when we work with clients is to have them have a built-in audience that they can then, work with on not only the fact that they'll have that audience to send their videos out to, but also the content creation process. And I know, Mike, for you guys pump out a lot of content. So
Right.
how big is the content creation process, and what are some of the things that you learned in working with us to help your content creation process get a little smoother?
Oh, talk about batching content and making a calendar and getting organized and not just flying off the seat of your pants. You got to really plan and plan before you press record. And so that's changed the way that we look at our content. We also now have what we call different avatars, or different, we have woodworkers and artists, and they want different content. And so splitting that content up is really valuable to us as well. And then planning that, we could record 5 videos in the same time we recorded one, and then I could now, because you taught me how to hire somebody, we now have our own editor, and I don't have to edit every video. I can hand that to the editor, and he's on it, I'm on my projects, and so much more efficient with the same period of time, which, as you know, that's huge in business. You need
absolutely that. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that was your second takeaway or tactic, but do you have another one that you want to share with us?
I wanted to say one quick thing as maybe subcategory A on what Anthony did with the Facebook group. He also said you really need to name your audience, and I was like, dude, that's so cheesy. Like, I'm not gonna name them like subbies or some weird. I was like, what do you? And he's like, well, what about insiders? I was like, oh, bro, I love that. And so not only did we name our group Stone Coat Countertop Insiders, but we created a You Got This award, and it's for the insiders. So whoever shares really cool stuff, I actually had a die cast medal for our logo. It says You Got This on it, printed, made in actual metals. Anthony's got one. He's going to grab it.
I know. I'm like, that's awesome. He's going to grab it.
Talk about, and so now they feel connected because I'm calling them insiders. That's what they are. And then I give an award to the best content of the actual week, and that creates massive anticipation to our next unlock, which is our live video. So going live totally changed our business. We saw an increase of sales, of subscribers, of engagement. Talk about engagement on a live video, right? I mean, you get like our questions are going so fast. We actually have 3 of our customer service reps in other rooms answering questions during our lives. We're answering live questions. And we always now have, because of your program, you taught us how to use OBS, which is incredible. And now we could have all these different angles live, like a doggone studio. And we could listen to what people want to see. Mitch can switch the camera right to what they're asking. I could show a technique in real time, and we could accomplish things that would take us 10 videos to accomplish because our audience is asking right then. And
I love it.
That's been huge.
I mean, that really is the beauty of real-time content. Like that, it's amazing what happens when your audience knows that you're listening, because it's such a rarity that companies do listen, and it's such a rarity that companies take the time to build a community that they're so tapped into. So you did a really amazing job of that. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, I would add there too. It's like about that, right? You're adding a face to the company, and a voice. And then people are seeing that there's actual people in the company and brand and business, like that we're humans, we're people. And yeah, so like it's showing all that. So that I think that tends to bring more people on board, and like you said, like showing the mistakes and showing the things that happen is sort of bringing that behind the scenes, like, get it peeled back and look behind the curtain and see what's going on with the company and business. I think it's great. I think it's very transparent, and it makes people fall in love with you, and not just your product.
Can I say one thing on that? It actually happened like 3 days ago. We invented a tool for a need for woodworkers. I used it in my own shop. People asked about it. So we've mass produced and invented this tool. Well, anyways, people have gotten, so what Anthony just said about it creates a face to your company. This was an unintended consequence, but when you have customers asking you to Sharpie sign your tool before you ship it to them, you know that your branding is coming across what you want it to. Like, they want me to sign the product that they're going to use to router things. And I'm like, yes, that means they like me. Like, good for it's working, So I thought that was incredible. I was like, I feel kind of cheesy signing this, but right on, man. I'm glad you like it.
Hey, you know what? It's the power of the personal brand, and there's nothing quite like it. And people who don't understand how it can really push the needle on your business. I mean, for me, everything that's come my way, every client that I'm working with truly has come through the fact that I have a personal brand. And it does feel a little bit weird and sometimes feels a little bit cheesy, and you're like, who am I? But it's an incredible thing, because the reality is, in 2018, people are no longer buying from logos. People are no longer buying from picture perfect brands. They're buying and working with companies and people that they know, like, and trust. And there's no better way to build trust with people than showing them you're a real human being and showing them the behind the scenes and inner workings of your business. Anthony, I think you were going to say something there before I jumped in.
Oh, I was just going to point out that it's not like Mike did this to become internet famous or a superstar or a YouTube star. No, he was just providing value to his customers, bringing on new customers. Like, he's just providing value as a business and as a businessman. And then just that's sort of the side effect. That's just something that happened because he provided value. People wanted that. People paid for it. People engaged with it. And yeah, they wanted more of Mike, even his signature.
Even his signature. Exactly. Mike, is there any other tactics that you want to share with our audience? We obviously talked about the Facebook group. We talked about the content creation and really batching your content. Is there anything else that you wanted to add in there?
I'd say one thing that really changed the way that we build our content is you taught us to have, I mentioned this a little bit, but have an offer or a reason for that content. Why are you creating it, and what's the end goal? Not that it's a sneaky way to get anything, but why are you actually making that content? What can people utilize to do what you're teaching them? And so we learn, if you have an offer in mind, you can build an idea and a video around that offer. And then what we've started doing is creating a clickable way for them to come to our offer. And so because you taught us how to do that, we now have products, or we have written instructions, or we have another video to lead them to, or some reason for that video that can collect an email to build our email list, or it can sell a product as a kit rather than having them put them all individually in their cart. Just the way to create friction-free movement towards the end of what your goal is to sell a product, right? Or service, or get a subscription, whatever that goal is. If you have that in mind and build that content around it, I never did that before. And our email, the first time I did that, we gained 7,000 new email subscribers from one really basic offer. It's
awesome. Amazing what happens when you do that, right? It's because the reality is, I think people need to understand on YouTube, like, oftentimes it's free advertising. There's people looking for a very specific thing. If you're giving them the value around that very specific thing, they're going to want more from you, because they're trying to learn the ins and the outs of it. So the more value you provide, the more people are enrolled in what you're doing. And so that's oftentimes what we teach and what I talk about a lot on the channel. And I know I sound like a broken record, and we are going to get to your questions in just a second, but what I often teach is that it's not just about YouTube. YouTube is a catalyst and a vehicle to bring in an audience that then you nurture the relationship with, which is why it's so important to put them into a Facebook group or onto an email list, or send them to your website and have them tracked or pixeled or whatever it might be. So you can continue to build the relationship with them. And you guys have done an amazing job of that. And all it takes is providing further value in a very simple offer, which is a big part of our program. So on that note, I wanted to just ask one final question, which is, how has your business changed from starting to work with us, less than 6 months ago to today? How has this channel changed your business, and working with us changed your business?
Tremendously. The dollar amount is incredible. Just because we've doubled our subscribers, we've easily doubled our email list, we've doubled our sales. We've more than doubled the amount of people that we've brought on as a team. We learned how to hire quality over quantity as well. We've also seen an increase in every metric that you can possibly track. It's things that you guys are professional and have these experiences in marketing. I'm a contractor who knew nothing about the internet 2 years ago, and so to hire people that know a lot more than I do. Like, if you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room. And so getting around you two and your team has absolutely changed our business, doubled everything minimum. It's doubled it.
That's amazing. Well, that's the title of this live stream, so I'm glad it's true.
I didn't know what the title was, I think Anthony hit on a good point too. Is simply, if you're transparent and you don't have a goal, like an underlying goal of, oh, I want to be YouTube famous. That like, just like you said, add value and watch what happens. Add value to people's lives, or find their pain point, right, and solve that.
I mean, and that's truly how I got started too. I started answering client questions. I had no intention of building any kind of a brand. I had my own business that was running behind the scenes for 5 years. YouTube, all of a sudden though, basically overnight for me, started answering questions for my clients, and things started blowing up. Because if there's one person who's coming to you for a question and looking for value, there are 1,000, if not 1,000,000 other people out there looking for the same thing. And that's really a testament to how your channel and your business has grown. So congrats to you on that. Anthony, anything else that you want to add before we close and go to Q&A?
Yeah, I would say when it comes to the offer, like, I think some people get sort of hung up on that of like, well, what am I offering? And it could be as easy as creating some sort of checklist, or even just using the content that you said in the video, like everything you taught in your video, just breaking that down in a way that's visually appealing, like a short summary, or even having to be the step-by-step process, like, so it becomes like this ebook of sorts. And that's what Mike did with his, like, he teaches you how to do what he does in the video. He then gives you a PDF handout that does the same thing. And the thing is, like, you might think, well, why would anyone want to do that? Well, we all learn in different ways. Some of us like to read it. Some of us like to see, the visuals and then read some text, like a comic book or whatever, right? Or some of us like to watch videos. And so, like, we either enjoy watching it or we just sort of learn in a different way. And so I feel like it's providing value in how the different learning styles. So it's taking that concept and sort of expanding it to providing value in these different ways of giving the offer. And the way also I see an offer is like this extra bonus gift, right? It's like, it's like, hey, you're gonna watch this video. I'm gonna give you tons of value in this video, but at the very end, I'm gonna give you something else that's for free that you can take with you.
Yeah, and I think it's not overcomplicating the process. I think that was a common theme that kind of came up today as we were chatting, is like, I know you were hesitant about the live stream, you were hesitant about the Facebook group, and probably a little hesitant about even creating offers. But the reality is you did it. And you get better at it as you go. And I think, like, my very first offer on YouTube was a 1-page checklist that I made in Canva, and it's generated tens of thousands of people and customers on my email list, which is really, really amazing because it was such a simple offer. But if I didn't have it, nothing would happen. So you just got to do the work and try and test. And the thing is, you can only go up from here. You can only get better. You can only get more subscribers. You can only get more views, but you have to do things in order for that to actually happen. I do want to have a few questions answered. So if you guys have questions for us, just drop them into the chat. Thank you so much for watching, by the way. I know that there's 1,000,001 other things that you guys could be doing right now. So congratulations to you for investing in your business and your brand by being here and taking in all this information, because Anthony and Mike, both amazing people to learn from. So I'm so grateful for you guys for sharing that info. So Path to Wellness says, at what point would you recommend working with a coach like you? I swear I didn't read the question before I picked
Great question.
Great question. So it says, I'm just curious about the type of person you're best able to help, those that are brand new or someone who's already started. So we've worked with channels and people and entrepreneurs of all sizes. I prefer to start working with people when they're brand new to it, because we can start them off on the right note and start them off on the right foot. But I think we really do. We work with people who don't even have channels, and we get them started from scratch. And we work with people who, like Mike, had 70,000 subscribers, and we helped him double that in his first 3 months working with us. So it really doesn't matter what level or stage you're at. Oh gosh, real work, someone said. I said, yes, real work.
Can I say something to that, Sunny?
Yeah, of course.
So there's a few channels that we really watch and consume, and I do this after work when I'm on the treadmill. I'll put up YouTube videos, and that's how I found you and how I tested you. Like, to answer that guy's question, is you give actionable steps, massive action steps on every video to go do and implement in my business. So I would go back up to my office, try them out, and then follow it, see if it worked. And because they kept working, I was like, dang, and I got further into your funnel, and I was like, all right, maybe there's something to, maybe I should give this girl some money because these are working. What's going to happen when I pay her? And so that's what happened. That's why
I love that. That's perfect. You use my free content as basically a testimonial for you, or like a referral for you, which is great. A question, actually, I think Mike and Anthony, you both could answer this, but Hill Art asks, how can I get people to know my channel even exists? It's an art channel, and I want people to know, people to feel creative and inspired, but people don't know my channel even exists at this point. So any actionable tips for that person?
Yeah. So I sort of want to say a little tidbit on the knowing when to get a coach, right?
Yeah.
I would also add that, I mean, I like to relate things to, like, sometimes to fitness, because it's always a pain point for everyone. And so, like, if you go to the gym and you're like sort of like tinkering around with stuff, it's like you've made that step of tinkering with some gym equipment, maybe going a couple of times, but then when you get a trainer and they're with you and that's your coach, they're sort of going to be your accountability partner. They're going to be telling you what to do. They're going to be telling you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to push you over, the edge, or get you to that edge, and just like motivate you and keep you going so you can have success. And so, but then that still requires you to do the work. Like, the coach is not going to pick up the weights for you and move your arms for you, right? Or get you out of bed. And so I think it's knowing, being self-aware and knowing yourself of like, okay, if the coach tells me what to do, am I going to do it?
Totally.
And if the answer is yes, then get a coach.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Just on that note, real quick, because there are a couple of people asking in the chat, and I have put the link, but if you do want to apply to work with us, the link is in the chat. It's sunnyleonardez.com/YouTube intensive, and you just apply there. And if you're a fit, we'll get you on a call, and hopefully we can start working together. But I wanted to just mention that. So the link is in the chat.
Can I answer that artist question?
Yeah.
Go for it. Yeah.
So to get your channel known, if nobody knows about it, there's a couple things that I would recommend. But number one, don't underestimate the power of very few subscribers. That's like Sunny calls them your tribe, right? That's your tribe, and you're going to build that tribe, and that's going to give you an opportunity to build really strong relationships with those. Sonny and Anthony also told me to use your original subscribers and treat them very, very good, because they're your lifers, right? And so we went down and collaborated with somebody who was one of our first subscribers and did a big video with him and put that on our channel. But as an artist, if you're brand new, I would make great art. You got to make awesome art that people want to know how to do it. And then you can reach out to other artists and say, hey, check this out. Can I share this with your audience, or go on other channels and forums and groups and kind of really add value to those groups? Or even call up like a company like mine and say, I make really cool art. Check out what I just made. And I'll be like, wow, let me share that with my audience. So when you gotta do 100, 200 direct messages to other influencers, and you're going to get some go, wow, I really like that. And we've done that, just kind of hoping and created major steps in our growth by reaching out to influencers.
That is such a good point and a good tip. I've been doing that on Instagram. I actually would be curious to know, and when I say I've been doing that, what I've been doing is every day I'll reach out to new people in my community who start following me, and I'll send them a video message just to further nurture that relationship, or reach out to people who I think would be really great to collab with potentially, and I'll send them a video message. So how many hours a day or how many minutes a day are you spending on the community cultivation aspect of reaching out to influencers and getting seen by new people, Mike?
Honestly, we have a team now that answers every single question on every platform. Every one of them's answered. We have priority levels, but we answer everybody. And that video, what you just talked about, sending somebody a private video like, hey, thanks for joining my channel. The power in that is so incredible. We pay a lot of money to our team because it's so important for us to answer every single question. And then when I'm in an airport, when I have any free time, I'm on my phone answering things personally and signing my name, because people are like, cool, they really care. I'm not a number. Like, they care about their tribe, and so ours.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Cool. Well, I don't want to take up too much more of anyone's time, because I know you guys are here watching and you have a million other things to do today. So we appreciate you being here. Mike, Anthony, I appreciate you both so much. Mike, congratulations on all your success. It's really, really inspiring to see, and we're so excited for your continued growth. Is there any closing notes that either of you would like to add?
I did want to answer part of that question of the artists, right? Like, I mean, if you have a topic, if you have something you're passionate about, and that's where you're creating your YouTube channel around, or you have a business, you already hang out in places where other artists or other people who like what you do, right? Or like, that are fans of that industry. So you already go to a certain blogs or websites or conferences or all that stuff. Like even going to conferences and all that, like talk to people, network there, like have them check out your channel and your business card, put your channel if that's where you're trying to get your seen. So yeah, no, look at the places you already hang out in and then start providing value, and then you'll draw an attention and get a crowd over and an audience over to what you're doing on YouTube.
It's simple things. Bringing up in conversation is so true. Like bringing up in conversation, having it on your business card, all things that I did in the beginning and I still continue to do. Anybody asks me about what I do, I'll say, oh, well, I have a YouTube channel that I talk about, all the things that I do. And I teach people, you should go check it out. So word of mouth is still a real thing. And any conversation you have where you can mention it and show people the channel and get them to subscribe on the spot. You'd be amazed at how fast that can push the needle for you.
Start with family and friends. Like
totally.
Like, I know people who've never told their family or never mentioned it anywhere. I'm like, what?
Yeah, totally. Good point. My mom was my first subscriber, so there you go. Mike, any closing thoughts from you?
Just thank you, a big thank you to your company, and to segue on that one question too. You have a video that says how to get your first 100 subscribers. Watch those videos. Those have massive unlocks and actionable steps to do. But the key, I think the common denominator in all this is massive action. You have to take action. You have to put each foot forward, and it's not going to happen all at once. You got to be patient and don't give up. Just keep plugging away every single day. Do massive action steps and watch it will grow.
It will grow. You got to do the work, but it will grow. It's not anything magical. It's just doing the work and it will happen. And we're all a testament to that. Yes. So thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who tuned in and watched. Make sure you check out Mike's channel. I did put it in the chat. So you can go subscribe. It's also in the description below. Go subscribe to that channel. Yes.
Tonight we go live. So if you want to see what we learned from you guys, we go live every Tuesday at 5.
And it's incredible. Their live streams are next level. So you guys should definitely check it out. So go subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when they do go live tonight. And thank you guys again. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.
Bye.